I've given them the countdown. We should be underway momentarily. There might be a small misalign as Mr. Dino is streaming directly from himself versus 40. But you know what? This is pretty close. Dino might put them in the bonus room. We are underway, guys. Game number 1. 40-watt range on the left. Mr. Dino on the right. Here we go. Getting their early razor shield and both covering the right door. Going similar approach here. A foot for Dino. Ignores it. Just both going to the middle hold. Now going for the foot late. Dino maybe looking to avoid another drop. And oh, that was a nuke for 40, but did get a kill. And it's basically going to be a dead heat here as we head into collect power-ups. And for those wondering, they faced off in the 4th tournament. 40 beat Dino. They faced off in the 5th tournament. We'll talk about that one in a moment. 40 watt. And Mr. Dino, who gets the good opening drop, both getting a foot to open, and Dino able to get their first. Second drops, a foot versus an invulnerability. Another foot for Dino. He's out there collecting Nikes. Another foot for 40. Now a grenade for Dino. No one getting what they want. There it is. 40 gets the opening salvo, getting himself that. At least we got a spreader on Dino side. An orb, though, for 40. Definite advantage. Grenade late here, and it looks like Dino's going to try to ignore it as 40. Plowing down the enemies. It's going to be close, but it will be to the advantage of 40 watt. 124 versus a 127. Let's see what we've got here. 40 easily able to take down here as Mr. Dino cleans out a few swarmers. Now trying to avoid that swirl. It's not dying. It's still intact, but gets away from it. Rockets for 40 and a razor set up very nicely. Dino, meanwhile, needs to see that orb soon or some weapons at least to control this room. 18, Mr. Shrapnel. Oh, Mr. Dino goes down. Could be to his advantage. Oh, smart play. He takes out the swarmers first. He's just got to be careful because he's had some extra time with those shrapnels. Giving away some time. Just how it kind of goes as 40 watt, not counting, gets a 207. Mr. Dino, meanwhile, has a few swarmers hanging around late. The time bleed is real. It's going to be an 8-second gap, but they both have their orb at least. Into total carnage we go. Man, this one is going ham here. We've got some rockets for Dino. Really going with the effective control. Well, 40's not getting much of anything. Now a razor for Dino. Early advantage Dino in this room on the drops. Both playing it very well here. 40 has been putting a lot of practice in once signing up for this tournament. So far, the thumb's been great. Says he's feeling good, and so far that's showing in his play. Nothing doing for 40 here. Getting a little wild here, but as you can see, staying inside that diamond, as is Mr. Dino. That's what you want to do to keep them from leaking out too much. Dino firing away now with no real help. 40 continuing to labor on with no backup. Finally a spreader. Something to help him here at the end of the room. He blocks the piece of shrapnel that blew up. Great play. Dino drops the orb. A disaster at the end of the room. Did make up a bit of time. 306 versus 313, but that hurts him. And you can see he's not happy with how that went. Probably he's not aware, but he's not that far back. Or maybe he is because he is the restreamer. But either way, they are into the bonus room. You know what that means. It's time for them to collect presents to manipulate a rocket. That's it. That's all. Here we go. 40 into tank trouble. No time to rest. Gets into vulnerability. Almost drops the orb. He just recognized another one. So close for 40 here. Meanwhile, a grenade for Dino. 40 continuing to hold down with invulnerabilities. And he finally drops the orb. A mistake from 40. He will not be happy with how this room has gone. It's been sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Dino took a death. Now 40 takes a death. Maybe a little bit of nerves for our competitors here. It may come down to who gets that rocket drops to help control. But it's all invulnerabilities and feet right now for our competitors. Not really ideal. It's usable, but it's not ideal. Dino, another invulnerability, as 40's getting nothing of any value. Finally, a spreader will help get control. Rockets for Dino, though, and more rockets. Now rockets for 40. Both sides pounding away with shots. Grenades on the feet, though. 40 gets a bit of a sabotage. Dino sees a foot. He is pounding away with those rockets. A foot again for 40, not ideal. And Dino has snagged the lead of 4:35. And it's going to be 40 watt at 4:39, a 4-second gap as we head into the Mutoid Man room. Anyone's game here in game 1 of this best of 5. Dino opens up, rockets, kills the gunner, gets the grenades for that. 40 now looking, gets grenades. A spreader for Dino. He's gonna have the manual. There's a mine nearby. It's a little tight. Oh, 40's gonna get a great death attempt here. Dino gets another spreader, has to manual, pops an arm, and he pops another one. What a manual from Dino. Great job. 40 gets a lobber. We're basically tied as they both have lobbers. It's maybe a slight 40 lead, but it's gonna be minuscule. Both with lobber refills on the screen. They are pounding away. 40 missing some shots. Dino missing some shots. Oh, a snipe on 40. Dino has the lead. 40 will get those rockets before they despawn, but definitely trailing now by about 3/4 of a form. Great grenade pickup from 40 on that mine. Dino pops the head with rockets. Now he gets a lobber. 40 looking for the next drop. It is a key, an unfortunate turn of events. 40 next drop is a foot, and a vulnerability for Dino. Should be going to final form any second. Another empty drop for 40. A shake of the head tells you all you need to know. And a key, unbelievably bad drops. Dino pounding home shots. Oh, this one is going to be enough, and if it isn't, that refill sure will. Another empty drop from 40. What is this game? Unbelievable as Dino finishes him off. Crazy, guys. Absolute madness. I needed to breathe for a second. 624, 40 now with a spreader. Gonna try a manual, gets some damage in. There's a grenade in the way. He recognizes it, then gets run over. Should be able to get that grenade though, I would say. Yes, last frame grab. Unbelievable stuff though. 5 straight empty drops. That's a 25-second hole in your run, game. Not cool. Not cool. So game number 1's going to go to Dino. Absolutely putrid RNG. 40 gets run over, and he says, you know what? No more. Let's get this over with. Ah, man. Not cool. Not cool, game. That's not what we want to see. Not at all. They're just setting up here, guys. We'll be underway momentarily for game number 2. Hopefully my voice will hold up, but man, race is that close, it's going to be hard to contain the excitement. Oh boy. They're going to be underway momentarily. Game number 2, 40-watt range, the 4 seed versus Mr. Dino, the 13. In the 5th annual tournament, Mr. Dino technically beat 40-watt, but 40-watt beat Dino, then had to withdraw due to a thumb injury. And then Mr. Dino rode that out to a bronze medal chance. So kind of cool how that all lined up. We're underway here, game number 2, but they've had meetings in other events. They have a long storied history, guys, and I'm hoping it'll continue here today. It's one of those legendary pairings that just seems to pop up in these events. Both getting the Razor Shield. Dino evades the nuke, but they can't avoid the second one, and this could give 40 the chance to have the lead, the whole shot, and most definitely will here. 40's going to have around a 39-40, looking more like a 40 or 41 here over on Dino's side. And indeed, it's a low 40 versus a mid 41. About a 1.25 second lead here. Let's see who's going to get what. It is definitely anyone's match, boys and girls. Opening drop is a grenade for Dino. 40 gets into vulnerability. He's just going to stick to the middle and see what happens. He gets an orb chance. And again, the opening orb drop goes to 40. But look at this. Dino right behind him gets one. Should make for a very even room. Spreader on the feet. for Dino. Now rockets for Dino. He can ride this out here. Let's see if he gets rid of the shrapnels. He's really close to the end. Rockets for 40, but he couldn't get the shrapnel. And he's still gonna get a 79 or an 80, and it's like an 82 for Dino. Great. Opening rooms, you'll love to see fairly even stuff. Rockets for 40, it was a bit of a drop. Oh, Dino drops his orb. Dino drops his orb, a bit of a mistake. His second drop in the match. 40, of course, dropped his first one in tank trouble. Mr. Dino now gonna have to take care of business, and he's just focusing on the shrapnels. They're all coming up the northern door. That's helping, but he's gonna have to be very wary of those swarmers as well. Not getting any weapons to help here. This is getting a little sideways on Dino. Now using the shield in desperation on these shrapnel. Rockets here at the end, and 40's gonna collect him and leave the room with a full clip. Dino gets a spreader and will be out, losing a couple seconds, but man, does Dino need to see this orb. With the spreader, he can offset some damage. First drop is a nuke. Taking it, smart play, gets rid of all the shrapnels, forces another drop. Meanwhile, 40 Watt pounding away with spreaders. No problem there. Sees a nuke, but he's going to ignore it early in the room, near a mine. No real reason to panic. And speaking of reasons to not panic, Dino's got an orb. He's fine. He's fine. Using a spreader now with that. Rockets, great grab by 40. With a foot, that is actually a little dangerous, but no problem. Grabs it, steps away, controls the middle. Great controlled rocket fire. More spreaders for Dino. Now rockets for Dino. He uses up all the spreader. A little min-match, so you love to see that. And look at this time. Look at this time here, guys. That's a 2:56. 40's going to like that a lot more than that 3:0X from last time. But Mr. Dino staying in it with a 3:02 as we are into the bonus room. Game number 2. 1-0 Mr. Dino. 40 needing to equalize, has a slight lead of 6 seconds. And they collect their prizes, hoping to see that glorious rocket drop at the start of tank trouble. Here we go, 40, opening drop, razor shield on the feet. That's a great drop too. You can just control it, get rid of the gunners. Now gets into vulnerability, can ignore everything. Here's a nuke for Dino. Will he use it? Yes, great choice. Get rid of all the mess, get rid of the gunners. Couldn't quite get them all, but that spreader will do it. So they're both in the middle, in control. A dude for Dino. 40 gets a dude. The razor shield's melting a little now. Here's a nuke for Dino. Oh, he couldn't decide. Oh, here's a rocket and a dropped orb. A dropped orb somewhat late in the room. There's a little bit of time left. Let's see what he can do. Couldn't get to the nuke. Here's a chance for Dino. Will this give him an opening? Oh, 40 goes down. 40 goes down to a tank shot. And now Dino sees the nuke. Can he finish the room with it? It looks like 40 is... Oh, we have a dropped orb from Dino late as well. Dino a little early on the nuke. It's a 4:14. And it's going to be about a 4:20. Smoke him if you got him. Dino trailing by 6 seconds. 2 seconds more than last time, but ran away with it on bad RNG for 40 Watt. Let's see. Opening lobber for 40. Gets rid of both. Gets the rockets and dies. Will he get a spreader drop? No, it's a lobber on the far side. Back-to-back lobbers here for Dino. And Dino has to dance around some shaking bullets. Gets it done. 40 sees a key. He can ride this out, but can't see another empty one. They pop the arm almost simultaneously. 40 waiting for Mutoid to move. It's a lobber. Here's a death for Dino. Gets a grenade. Not ideal, but at least it's a weapon. Arm pops first for 40. A slight lead. Meanwhile, there it is. Dino pops it, and now we got to grab the... Yeah, get the grenades. And now we have a vulnerability. Now Dino paying the piper on some ad drops. 40 sees a spreader, takes the death. It's a decent distance away. Mutoid doesn't block. It's picked. Mutoid rolls up. Now a spreader. Oh, Dino dies going for the invulnerability. A snipe by Mutoid. Opens the door. 40 pops the heads. Could not get the lobber. And now Dino trying to manual gets killed. Next drop is a lobber on the far side. Rockets for 40 here. Trying to finish this out. What a snipe by Mutoid. And you can see the frustration. If you didn't see it, rewind it and look at it. Somebody clip it. My goodness. Final form, 40-watt range. Pounding home shots. Head pop for Dino. It's going to need a miracle. Ooh, but there's a kill. Will 40 get that? Looks like he can still get this. Will this be enough to finish it? A lobber for Dino. A key now. So 40 looking at a possible empty drop. Landing shots. It's a grenade. Will this be enough? Yes, it is. And we have a 1-1 matchup as Dino gets to the final form, running away from Mutoid. Man, what a wild turn of events. They both get a chance to go with a spreader and vulnerability. 40 on the death. Dino sees the drop, and that's an amazing drop, but he gets sniped by Mutoid, and that might be the difference between tied up at 1 apiece and it being 2-0 Mr. Dino. Absolute insanity, boys, and it's only race number 2. There's at least 2 more coming at you. Oh my. So I have to say, guys, no one has really stepped up and had one of those front to back solid runs. No one's taken an orb the whole way yet. If your opponent is making mistakes and you're making mistakes, sometimes it's whoever can clean it up first that'll get that extra edge. Let's see who's going to get the decisive game number 3 here. I don't know if Krelo is in chat. Maybe you want to put up a poll or a points betting fun time. Dino's busy. Not expecting him to do that. Don't want him to do that. But if someone, can take care of that, we'll get her ready to go. They're getting ready here, guys. I'll get them underway. Absolute awesomeness, guys. Unfortunately, I don't think Ferran's here either, or maybe Ferran can take care of it. Well, we'll see. Either way, guys, they're getting ready. There's good luck flying about, and we want to see those equal orb drops again. Let's see who's going to play it better. It's been 2 great races so far. Let's see what game number 3 is going to bring us. Man, oh man, I've been enjoying this, guys. I got to tell you, I was a little worried about calling comms on my own, dealing with my own health things at the moment. But hey, when they said they might run this one silent, I said there is no way we're running either match today without some comms. We're underway. Game number 3. Make your call since we're not getting a poll in chat right now. Who wins game number 3? Dino or 40? Get it going, boys. And they're underway with their Razor Shield manip in place and both going 40, getting that trolley nuke in the middle. Let's see what we've got. Oh, Dino getting that late foot. He's got to watch out for that nuke in the middle. Doesn't show up that time. 40 meanwhile. Ooh, he gets a nice little Razor Shield kill with a piece breaking off, but it's going to be Dino out first here, guys, with a, looks like about a 40, maybe a high 39 versus a mid 40 or 41. It's indeed a low 40, a low 41, a 1-second lead for Mr. Dino. Let's see if those orbs keep dropping early and often like they've been doing in Collect Power-Ups. You'll love to see it. Opening drops are a grenade and a grenade, so equal opportunity for garbage. They both collect it, force another drop. Invulnerability versus a spreader, slight advantage, Dino. A foot, a rocket in the middle, great stuff. Now, can Dino make use of this with accurate fire? He can ride it. And now an orb, great drop showing for Dino. Gonna try to ride it out here. Leaves that orb as long as possible to make that ammo last a bit longer, and 40 is getting nothing. Now a late spreader here, and it's going to be end of the room. Going to be a 122 versus, oh, it's going to be a bit of a lead here as 40's just had no real help. 122 versus a 129. Rockets for Dino, going to be able to clean this up, no problem. Should have control of the room. 40, meanwhile, might be a bit of a fire drill to start. Let's see. Gets a razor to start out here. Uses it on the shrapnel, maybe not intentional, but effective. And let's see what he can do. He's got a foot. Meanwhile, Dino's got a Razor Shield so under control. Here's a nade now for 40. Recognizes that one in the corner was exploding, left it alone. Gets that one, gets that one. He's holding this down as best he can. There's his orb. What a great job by 40. He did not let the room get away from him, and that's all you can do, as Dino will leave at 206. Meanwhile, 40's going to leave at 212, so he gained a second on Dino in that room. Maybe half a second, but still, a little bit of a gain. They both fight their way clear. A nuke to start for 40, a nuke to start for Dino. Dino uses his, 40 decides not to go for it. Steps under the shrapnels, rockets for Dino. Pounding away, rockets for 40. And he's, again, looks like he's just gonna worry about the swarmers. He's maybe a little heavy on the fire. Now he shoots diagonally, gets a nuke, chooses to clean it, gets a small spawn in. Rockets here for Dino. Dino pounding home shots. Now a razor shield for Dino. The drop slightly favoring Dino. It's 1-1 in this matchup. Game 3, a pivotal race. Who will make the first crucial error? 40 getting a little rough, but he escapes the trap. Sees the dude, and this is going to be a solid time for Dino. It's going to be a 3-0-1. And 40 Watt has a lot of shrapnels on screen, nothing he can do about that, and he's going to drop, it looks like, 2 seconds. He's 8 seconds back now, entering the bonus room. And you know what? They're not going to manipulate rockets this time. It hasn't worked for the last 2 times. No one's going to manipulate anything. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, 40's still going for it. 40's still going for it, boys. Let's see what happens. All right, Dino, opening drop is an invulnerability at the bottom, and he loses the orb, and he dies! A massive, mammoth, earth-shattering mistake. Meanwhile, a nuke for 40. That's a solid opener. He just almost walks into the bullets. A razor for Dino, steps around the bullets, stepping around all the enemies, gets rid of the second gunner. 40 gets a foot in the middle late here. Has the gunners gone, just has to get control. He sees a razor. This is massive. Can we see Dino get some rockets, an orb, anything? The nuke is okay, but he needs better than that. 40 continuing to hound home control with full control. Oh, he almost steps into a shrapnel piece. That was close. He almost walked into it because of his extra speed, but he avoids it somehow. Avoids the bullets. Here is an orb for Dino. Can he get back to the middle? And he's struggling. He's moving. He's flying around. It's a 422 for 40. And Dino now, late in the room, hemorrhaging time. It's the end of the room. This will be the biggest gap entering. It's going to be 4:32. It's a 10-second difference. 40 watt range. Opening drop is a spreader, and he decides to just go to the manual, and he gets run over, but he gets a spreader drop at the door. What a lucky break. Unbelievable. Dino, meanwhile, gets a lobber to start and 2 arms popping. 40 pounding shots. Goes for the, and now he pops open the chest. And he still gets, oh my God, he's got, what, the double arm blowout. And he's got a full green chest. Why does 40 do this in races? I don't know. Unbelievable. Now a lobber for 40. Dino, he is just pounding this home. And just keep it in mind, 40 is indeed on the second last form with a full involved green chest plate. He did this in tournament 5, I believe. Second time. Why does this happen? I don't know. Lobber shots for 40 watt. Pounding shots home here. Looking for final form. Dino's going to need the game to dry up in a hurry here. 40 looking for a weapon. It's under mutoid. It's an invulnerability. Not great. Dino takes a death. Sees a lobber. Now a lobber for 40. Oh my goodness. Final form. 40 watt range as Dino is riding the lobber train, but he needs to see a spreader. Second last form now. That is, I believe, a rocket or a foot at the bottom. I didn't get a great look at it. Not what he wants either way. And 40 pops the head as Dino goes final form. What an insane thing to see. As 40 watt will leave at 6-13, taking game 3. Dino, despite that disastrous tank trouble, not far behind. As I said, whoever's playing a little bit better than the other cleans it up a little more. And yes, 40 got a razor shield with an orb intact, but Dino died early in tank trouble. And you gotta think that one's gonna stick in his craw. 2-1 40 watt range. Here comes game number 4. Make your prediction in chat. Right? Meow. Are we going to a game 5? I feel like it's gotta go to a game 5, guys. I feel like the game's gotta do that. Why would we not for a match this amazing in week number 2 of the Super Smash TV 7th Annual Easy Percent Tournament? My goodness. So with that, guys, they're just getting ready. I'll get them underway momentarily. And I believe I've got a bit of a run in here potentially in the booth for game number 4 of this matchup. We'll see, though. All right, I'll get them underway. Here we go, guys. Game number 4, just mere seconds away. I don't see a lot of predictions in chat, guys. Make your call. We go into 5. I'm just going to call it now. We're going to 5. I've given them the countdown. We'll be underway momentarily. Let's see here. Do we actually have a particular co-commentator jumping in?
Potentially. We're giving this a try from the car here as I'm charging the phone, watching this with 20% on my battery. This is wild here. Hopefully you can hear me. Game number 4 underway. Hips going here in Arena 1.
Well, we're going with our reporter on the scene, Fearonburgundy, from the killing floor. Fearon, what do you see?
I couldn't get any of that. This is the most jerry-rigged of jerry-riggings going on here, but I'm trying to make it work because I couldn't not be a part of this action.
All right, well, I'll call most of the action for all. I'll bring you in for just a few thoughts as the rooms go. Probably the best way to handle it if you're on a bit of a delay, I would wager. Here we go, guys. 40 got the hole shot. Opening drop is an orb in the middle. But we do have a rocket for Dino. Solid opening drops here for on.
Absolutely. As I was noting in chat, RNG continuing to favor the favorites and underwhelm the underdog here, even though in most races, both of these folks are favorites.
Indeed, and both getting rockets, and another rocket for Dino so he can ride it. Oh, 40 with a rocket refuel leaving the room. 77 versus 80 seconds. Great stuff here. 40, look at this. Just slaughtering the room. Same for Dino. He doesn't have an orb to worry about either. And they both have great control here. Let's see if Dino can get that orb now and keep this match close.
They're both playing out of their minds right now.
Oh, they're absolutely just pinning the pedal to the floor and getting that metal going, boys. Dino gets another rocket. This will help him hold the room down, but he needs to see that orb. Next drop is an invulnerability. No problems there. Both have got rid of their stuff. Dino trying to save that, a razor shield, and he's going to decide to back off. He probably won't get another drop, so he'll have to wait and see. He's early, I think. No, he's not. Look at this. Just mere seconds apart here for Ron.
Amazing being able to do with pretty much nothing here and still keep pace for the most part. But yeah, the longer this room goes without an orb, the more this is going to fall into 40 watts favor, especially with that razor shield popping up.
So on the killing floor, does the spray of blood hit you, or do you have some kind of shielding in place to block that? I'm making fun of the fact you sound like you're on 1940s radio. Anyway, the rockets and razors are running out now for Dino. 40 pushing home the advantage with his own rockets and razors. We could see an immaculate time into the bonus room for 40-watt range as he's trying to finish out the room. And look at this time. It's going to be a 2:54. And indeed, it's no orb here for Dino. No orb for old men, I guess. And he's still sub 3 into the bonus room. Unbelievable.
I'd buy that for $1.
Sub 3 without an orb, absolutely amazing. And you know what? I'm going to use this one here since you made that little radio crack. This product placement, can't get enough of that sugar crisp, sugar crisp, sugar crisp. Can't get enough of that sugar crisp. Keeps me going strong.
Well, you know what? That much sugar, that'll keep you moving for a while. All right, opening drop here. Neither one gets what they want, but 40 at least able to handle that. Oh, the orb's getting a little dicey, but he keeps it healthy. Meanwhile, rockets for Dino. Gets rid of the second gunner. So a slight advantage there. He doesn't have to worry about those bullets. Gets an invulnerability. Riding the rockets here. Is Dino going to go orbless in this potential elimination game for him? Well, right now he's hoping for something. Vulnerability is something, but it's not what he wants. Next drop is a foot. Oh, that is just disastrous.
He's just trying to use anything at this point and is doing a decent job, all things considered.
Doing a great job, and here's rockets now, so at least he can use it to help finish the room. Oh, he dies at the end! That is so unfortunate. He might have been even with 40. He's still 420 into the boss room. He's still in this. What a showing by Mr. Dino. This is going to come down, as always, to who gets the better Mutoid. 40 gets a foot to open, but it was quick. And now he gets an invulnerability. Gets the ball buster. That's something. Lobber for Dino. Spreader late here for 40. Let's see what Dino's got. Dino going with the lobber, looking for a refill. And there's a spreader chance for 40. Oh boy. This is going to give him the lead. He's going to get that second arm. He gets another spreader chance, but he dies. Will he get it? I don't know. That's a long way to go. No. Another spreader.
Back-to-back spreader.
And now Dino trying to manual, gets the second arm off. It's still really tight here, guys. And 40 now gets rockets with invulnerability. He'll have to grab that, and it's a grenade for Dino. He's ahead. Dino has taken the lead. He has gone orbless and has the lead right now in the Mutoid Man room. What a wild race we have going here. Dino fighting for his top half bracket life. Still in the lead. Pops the head. 40 right behind him. A spreader for Dino. Can he manual it? There's a shrapnel. He sees it. Lobber for 40. More consistent damage. But now he gets rockets. Dino has to watch out, and he somehow evades getting run over. Final form for both of them. It's close. It is close. Dino's slight advantage, but there's a refill for 40. This is neck and neck. The next mistake might decide it here. Rockets for Dino. 40, and Dino does it. Dino does it. What a showing, Burgundy. Unbelievable. You had to jump in for such a crazy race. Well done.
Well, that was a heck of a comeback, and about a 2.5 second differential, and we're going to a game 5.
We are going to a deciding game 5. And all I could type in the matchup channel was unreal, and then all caps, unreal, because that's what that was. 6-16 Orbless. Keep in mind, our first champion ever, Turbulent Eddie, won on a deciding race against Jackamus Wedge, getting a 638 Orbless. So to keep that in mind, just to stay alive in the second week, an Orbless 616 for Dino, and we're going to a deciding game number 5. Unbelievable. Who had this one on the bingo card? I was going to say, you might have had on your bingo card. No, Burgundy, you might have had on your bingo card, you might have had it going 5, but let's break it down. There's been leads change back and forth, orb drops, an orbless run, 1940s Burgundy coming in with the update on the front in Europe. I mean, it's had everything. It's an SNL sketch, basically.
And that's the way it is. Oh, no, wait, that was Walter Cronkite. All right. Absolutely wild, though, here. If you had told me heading into this race that Mr. Dino would be orbless and in Mutoid Man, 40-watt range would have back-to-back spreaders and Mr. Dino would take the W, I think you were out of your bleeping mind.
They just weren't in the right spot, and 40 got run over on the third one, and there was one empty drop, and then Mr. Dino just kept the lead the whole way after that. It was so tight, you guys. Man, this tournament, we're finishing up week 2 tomorrow, okay? And we've already had some amazing things happen. This is our 6th or maybe our 7th match that's gone the distance. We've had 2 runners facing each other, both get their first ever sub-6 in a tournament race back-to-back. Oh, what else have we had? Oh, we've been in mystery cutting 6 minutes off his PB. We're up to 32 people sub-6. It's absolutely bananas. They're ready, guys. I'm going to get them underway. Burgundy, anything you want to add to this absolute immaculate car wreck of gloriousness that everyone is rubbernecking to watch here?
Well, I know that everybody's joking about me sounding like I'm from the 1940s. Considering how the state of America has gone, we're basically going back that way anyway, so I'm just trying to fit in as best I can. Wait, is that the sound of me being taken off of GG speedruns?
No, you're fine. It was the 1940s. It was a different time. We are giving them the countdown. We'll be underway. Game number 5, the decider, guys. Winner advances to take on, I believe, Aquas, who was already advanced. Loser drops to the bottom, I believe, to face Zarconis. You'd have to say Zarconis, watching this, just going, what in the world? What kind of wood chipper am I running into? Well, you never know from day to day. Regardless, here we go. We're underway. Bolt with their razor shield. Let's see, boys. And Bolt getting a nuke in their second drop, but at least Dinos is out of the way. 40s is just high enough he can work around it. What do we got, boys? Third drop could be king. It's a grenade versus a grenade. So the drops have been very equal here, Ferran.
You like to see it, but what do you mean I'm fired?
That's the way it was. And it's a high 38 versus a mid 41. It's almost a 3-second lead here for Dino. Right? Well, Dino get us an opening drop. Generally, the 38s don't give up the orb, is what the custom belief is out there, and it is an invulnerability. An invulnerability for 40 at almost the same time. So, showing how that drop thing is based on a global timer when you get in the room and when you've collected other drops, of course, and they avoided them all. So, Dino now getting spreaders. Rockets for 40, and 40 almost gets clubbed going for the spreader. I see an orb on 40's side. End of the room here for Dino. Riding the rockets is going to be out first. So 122 versus about a 125.
Nerves definitely coming into play here for sure as they're firing on the beaches of Normandy. Oh wait, no, that's not what's going on.
All right, Mr. Dino gets a spreader, gets a razor, so some decent drops, but not getting that orb. Maybe Dino's just going to back-to-back orbless win. You know, no big deal. Getting a little behind the 8-ball now, though. He's going to have to start taking control. And 40's going to be maybe making up some time here. Hard to say. It's been a good effort here from Dino. Using the razor shield, and he'll be out at 206, and it's going to be 40 at 208. Dino, and gets the orb. That was the time to see it. Just has to avoid everything and keep it healthy. Sees a nuke. Great job by Dino. Unbelievable. Burgundy at the 11th hour gets the drop.
It was a well-placed and well-timed nuke to be able to take the pressure off when just getting that orb, and now Dino trying to keep it healthy here and pull off an upset almost akin to Fairleigh Dickinson's yesterday.
I don't know if it's quite that much of a gap because I don't see a 7'4" guy who doesn't know how to play basketball. Either way, Mr. Dino firing away. 40 watt using a razor shield and firing away. Neither getting any weapons here. Dino steps around a shrapnel. That was tight. 40 meanwhile working on the shrapnels, realizes the room is over and he will have the lead. And you got to be careful there, Dino. Those late swarmers. 303 versus a 305. It's a 2-second gap. Unbelievable. There's no time for product placement. This is game 5. Serious business, boys. Let's go.
This is just wild all the way here. Games just from the phone and here watching and commentating via the phone on Discord. Amazing.
Well, you know what? Technology is a wonderful thing. It's a slight advantage for Dino. He'll at least be able to kill off the swarmers easily enough. One gunner gone for 40. Now a nuke for Dino. Gets rid of a gunner. Gets rid of the second one. 40 uses a nuke. Can't get the second gunner yet. Finally gets him. There's a dude there picked up by 40. Meanwhile, Dino just controlling the middle. Gets a razor. Keeps his orb healthy. Spreader for 40. Really fairly equal. Oh, they both get rockets. They both get simultaneous rockets. Now a spreader. More rockets for Dino. The advantage starting to pile up here. You think he's going to take the lead? Oh, heck yeah. It's a 4-10. Meanwhile, 40's going to take a 4-15, a 5-second deficit. I believe the first time he has trailed into the Mutoid Man room. Let's see if that changes
like
things
one
up.
empty drop difference.
Like every single race they've had, basically one empty drop. 40, despite that grenade dropping the previous room, does not get a delayed throw. Oh, he tries to split the bullets and dies! Now it's Dino popping an arm. 40 pops off a gunner. And he gets a spreader chance. Can he? Oh, he's going to manual on the side. Oh, he pops. Oh, vulnerability on the feet. A huge break for 40. Second arm for Dino. Second arm for 40. Another spreader for 40. On the feet. And now he's got to step around bullets. And he gets shot there. It's a spreader. Can he get to it? Dino pops the rib cage. He's got it. 40's got it. How much can he get, though? He pops the rib cage. He's trying to pound him. Gets killed again. Will he get to the lobber? No, I don't think so. Lobber for Dino. And still, it's a Dino lead. 40 unable to land these lobbers due to some trolling movement. And he's trying to, there he goes. There's the head. A refill for Dino on the lobbers. The lead definitely belongs to Dino. Grenades for 40. Now a rocket. Final form. Dino, but he gets sniped. And a spreader for 40. A spreader for 40. Will this be the swing? Let's see. He's shooting away Dino. 40 gets some transfer. Gets a grenade. And he has another. And he steals it. He steals it. And I think it's a sub-6. What an insane outcome, boys. Craziness. Match of the tournament so far. I challenge you to find a better one.
Wow. A 559, a spreader in the perfect spot, a form behind. 40-watt range, just snatching victory from the jaws of defeat.
Only there was some kind of saying for favorites and getting RNG. If only.